Hello guys and welcome to tuteslearns.com. This is Virender and today we are going to learn how to create um, a registration page in an HTML form. So we had done and we had created a login form before, and now we are going to go and cover the registration form. Okay, so let's type input. Okay, first type label. That's one field. Pressing BR, save that, refresh it. So here, and also if you don't want to add these labels, then you can remove them and it will work perfectly fine. Save this, refresh it, looks nothing changes. But I won't recommend you that because it's a bad practice. Also, I would like to tell you that every every empty tags that we use should come with a backslash. So it's like if this is a uh, single empty tag, then it comes with this. If you don't use this, it works perfectly fine, but using this is somewhat called a valid HTML file. So refreshing, it's all good to go. Label, password. You know how to create this. I created these things previous video, so you know how to do this stuff. Okay, now now I'm going to teach you something that I haven't taught you in the previous video about the text area. So let's type description label. Save that, refresh it. See, there is a text area now. It's basically having some height and some width, and you can increase the height and width of the text area by simply adding rows to it. For example, you add 10 rows, save this, refresh, look, it's a bit more. I would like to add 3 rows, save it and refresh it. So now it's having 3 rows. In a similar way, you can add columns. I would like to get a 20. Okay, refresh it, and as 20 is by default, so you can't see the difference. Let me make it a 30 and then you will see the difference. Save it, refresh, look, the size changes. Once again, as I told you, you can work without quotes or without double quotes, but putting these values into double quotes is a good practice. It's always a good practice, and it's a valid HTML form. But if somewhere you left it, it's okay, it won't show you error in HTML at least. Okay, so this is text area. Now we will be talking about buttons. So I told you that in previous video that there are two ways of creating buttons. The first way is to type simply button, type equals button, and here you feel OK slash button, control S that, refresh it, and here a button is created named OK. Another method is by using input type. So input type equals button and value equals button, whatever you want to write. For example, you want to write OK, then type OK, and that's it. You can also place a name here. In my case, I would write btn, and uh, yeah. So you won't see the changes right now we because we had added a button. If we delete this statement and save it and refresh it, the button's gone. Now let me tell you about that there are three types of button: submit, reset, and the button. So this is a button, and a button does nothing. Clicking the button doesn't do anything. And the submit button do submit things. Example, submit value equals submit name equals st, and that's it. In a similar way is input type reset, value is set clear, name is clr. Okay, so we had created three buttons here. If you refresh it, you will see it OK, submit, and clear. What does the value means here is whatever the value we set, it will be placed in between these buttons. For example, in the last one we set, we had set the value to be clear, so it sets to be clear. Now, what's the difference between these three buttons? Let me type something here and here. If I press the OK button, it performs nothing. If I press the clear button, well, you can see it clears the text. So that's what the reset does. It clears every input provided by the user. It just resets it to its previous stage. Okay, and if you press submit, then it will do a submission of the form. So these are the three types of button. You can either do by input type, or you can do by the button type that I already told you just a moment ago. So this is how you create the buttons and the text fields. So let me see how much time we have left. Okay, it's almost I have to say it's almost the end of the video. Check boxes and radio boxes and the drop down menus are left, and we need to cover them, and we will cover them in our next tutorial. So uh, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you, and see you in the next video.